Oh yeah, it's working. This is amazing.
We're not. Okay.
We're we're live though.
This is scary.
It's scary.
I've never been
Live
on a live.
debut.
I've never been on a
You've
live.
never been on a live.
Mm-mm.
Well, let's make sure that we're horizontally balanced out here and everything because horizon lines bug you, I know, on Instagram. And now they're gonna be a lot better. We only got one person watching right now. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're doing a happy hour
Cheers to you.
with David and Margo because it got overcast here. This is where you used to go growing up in your childhood.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tell them about it. 30A.
So 30A is the scenic beach highway between Panama City Beach and Destin in the panhandle of Florida. And there's all sorts of really fun beach towns with different character all across 30A. There's Grayton Beach, which is a little more hippie. There's Alice Beach, which is very like shishi and posh. There's Rosemary Beach, which is a little more casual. So there's like every flavor of beach you could possibly want to go see, and really neat restaurants with lots of character. So
The water's turquoise too.
yeah, David was like, we should go to the Caribbean because the water's going to be really pretty. And I said, well, we should just go to 30A because it's Florida. And
Yeah, we're gonna go to Turks and Caicos, and then we just canceled that and we came out here. So it's pretty cool. Oh,
Thank
cool! We got a little
you.
congrats. Yeah, look, there's 41 people now.
that's so scary. Oh my God.
This is gonna be a 49ers Q&A. We figured it was Friday. We figured it's the dead period. There's only stupid rumors going on right now. She knows all about them because sometimes they interrupt beach time, and we've got to react to some Trey Lance thing. But anyway, questions about the 49ers, or if you have any good questions for Margo, put them in there. We appreciate all the congratulations.
Thank you.
We're getting married on May 6th.
2 weeks.
So, yeah, two
Two
weeks from
weeks.
tomorrow, so it'll be good.
Pray for my mother's sanity.
That will not be on YouTube Live, but it's gonna be a fun time. We're getting married out in Nashville, so it's gonna be good. No, thanks for all the comments, but seriously, let's talk some 49ers. Margo went to a handful of games here over the past couple years, so she knows what she's talking about. You went to what? Let's go back through which games you've been to. 2021, your first
Phoenix.
49ers game. Your first 49ers game was Trey Lance's first game.
Was it Phoenix?
Yeah, was it? Well, it was his first start.
Where I
Yeah.
watched two grown women the size of bears punch each other in the face.
There was a big fight. The Cardinals fans were getting after it
fight.
after a win.
Well, it
After
was,
a win.
It was like a 49ers fan and a Cardinals fan.
Okay, so it was both.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They
that,
were very inebriated.
that was crazy. That was at State Farm Stadium in Phoenix. The 49ers lost. That was Trey Lance's first start. Later that year, you were in Chicago, but you flew out before the game.
Correct. And that's when it monsooned.
And then
Or was that this year?
that was this year. That was this year. Yeah, that was this year.
Because Sarah and Keith were there.
That was actually a glorious day in Chicago in 2021. 2022, you went to more games.
I went to
The Saints game.
the
Seahawks
Saints,
game?
the home game, the Seahawks game, eating our way through Seattle, and oh my gosh, what was it? The Vegas New Year's game.
Yeah.
And I went to
The Raiders game.
So I
Yeah,
don't
the
know if
Raiders
you count this, but I did go up to Milwaukee to celebrate our 1 year anniversary
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, the Green Bay game.
Yeah, the Green Bay game, but I didn't actually go to Green Bay because you said, "Oh, hey, so and so has tickets for you if you want to sit with them. It's outside on the bleachers." And I looked at him and I said, "I'm not built for that weather."
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't want to deal with
So-
me before or after if I'm that cold.
Who here would have passed up free tickets to the 49ers Packers divisional playoff game?
Context: it's a playoff game. It's January in Green Bay, and it's what was the wind chill, like -10?
It was like -10. Yeah.
It was insane.
Appleton is neat.
Have you
I
been
don't
to
know
a
about Appleton, man. I
David,
stayed in.
David, have you been to a Warriors game?
Did somebody ask me if I've
Yeah,
been to a Warriors
someone
game?
asked if you've been to a Warriors game.
Hey, I'm going. Yes.
I've been to a Warriors game.
Margo's been to a Warriors game. Yeah, we saw him beat. Who did they play? Forgot. I've been to a lot of Warriors
know.
games. I forgot which one I
I
took
don't
her
remember.
to. I'm scooting the table over. This is awkward. Gotta move it back. Yeah, Kings fan over here. CL says I'm a Kings fan. I'm actually going to Game 5. I'm going on Wednesday to the Golden One Center. Ooh.
Fancy.
No, that's going to be fun. I've been to Golden One, but not for a playoff game, obviously, because they've only played 2 playoff games there. Number 3 is going to be that. All right, here we have our first question. They're starting to roll in. Margo, who do you think should be the quarterback? So Trey Lance, who you saw his first career start. Brock Purdy, you've seen him play in person. You have not seen Sam Darnold play.
But he was
in person.
he was Panthers, right?
He was Panthers, and
but wasn't he like second or third string?
He started as a backup, but he started the last 6 games because Baker Mayfield wasn't available anymore, and then he got benched or what. I don't know what. It was
Baker
a dumpster
Mayfield's
fire.
A dumpster fire.
I was about to say the Panthers were a dumpster fire. But yeah, anyway, speaking of Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold's going to be making potentially more money than Baker Mayfield this season, which means the 49ers value him more.
Not if Baker Mayfield fits in more insurance commercials.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, we're not counting supplementary income. But anyway, who do you think should start here for the 49ers? Do you have an opinion?
So, I don't think that's a very fair question because Trey Lance does not have a lot of mileage, let's call it, under his belt from an NFL perspective.
That's good.
He's healthy, doesn't really have the experience. Brock Purdy is injured, but does have some mileage, including like playoff game experience, and has really been able to prove that he's kind of this calm, collected dude, and can throw really well. So in some sense, it's kind of like trying to bet on a horse in a race and one of them is coming off of an injury and you're like, well, I would pick this horse if he wasn't injured, but this other one hasn't been in a lot of races and he's not injured, so
Yeah, it's that elbow at the end of the day.
I think it comes down to the elbow injury recovery, and I mean, if like both of them were fully healthy and then you had Sam, I think it would be like 1 Purdy because he's proven himself, 2 Sam, what's his
Darnold.
name? Darnold, and then 3 Lance.
I think
That's just me.
Don't shoot the messenger because I think you're saying what Kyle Shanahan might feel.
Wait, should the 49ers have kept Jimmy G?
I don't think they weren't set up to keep him is the problem. That's a complicated question because
Jimmy seemed like he was kind of ready.
He was because the way that they didn't treat him all that well. I felt with he won a lot of games for the 49ers, right? And they were really bad before he came.
I feel like he's kind of like the Toyota Corolla in your garage.
He's dependable.
Yeah, he's like dependable.
Except he breaks down a lot of injuries.
Okay, when I say he's your Toyota Corolla, he's like your Toyota Corolla from 2001.
That's an old Toyota Corolla.
It's an old Toyota Corolla. You love it. It gets you where you need to go, but it kind of
Isn't Jimmy G sexier than a Toyota Corolla?
I'm getting married. I'm not allowed to answer that question.
And anyway, he won a lot of games in all seriousness, and at a certain point, the 49ers decided that they were going to build a cost-sustainable roster.
I'm getting distracted by the questions. Thoughts on trading Trey Lance for Aaron Rodgers?
Well, let me finish my thought here on Jimmy Garoppolo.
This is my first live. I'm not
Yeah, you have to ignore some of them. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in a lot of rabbit holes. But the 49ers decided several years ago now, in 2020, 2021, that Garoppolo was going to make too much money to fit into their cost structure. Because there's a salary cap, right? By the way, Margo helps make the spreadsheets that we use to illustrate the salary cap. She's really good at it. So, it's kind of one of those things. You go shopping, sometimes you have to take something off your list to be able to fit a bunch of other things.
I don't take anything off the
I know,
list.
she doesn't fit it. She didn't take anything off the list, but so it's a bad example. But you have to have a budget at some point. At your work, right? At your job, you guys have to make sure that certain things are under budget, that you fit within a certain cost structure. Yeah. So it's just life, right? And I think the 49ers decided that Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't going to fit in the cost structure about 2 or 3 years ago.
I feel bad for calling him a Toyota Corolla. He's probably a nicer car than a Toyota Corolla. He's probably like a Lexus.
Yeah, I would say a Lexus.
It's got some years on it.
Yeah, it's got some years. It's been in a couple accidents, and you go from there.
It's not been that many accidents.
Marvin Rose says, I hope Jimmy takes the Raiders to the playoffs. If the 49ers make the championship, do you think Kyle would have a 3 QB play lined up? No, they would never have 3 quarterbacks on the field at once.
Unless it's the last play of the game and they're down by 14.
I love this guy's name is Greg, but he made his YouTube name Gregis Khan, like Genghis Khan. It's kind of funny.
We love the creativity. Someone had a question. It was like, should we trade Trey Lance for Aaron Rodgers?
Nobody would ever take that trade.
Aaron Rodgers is a diva.
You think Aaron Rodgers is a diva?
I think Aaron Rodgers is a diva with a beard.
Okay. Did you hear about his darkness retreat? Okay, so there's a thing called a darkness retreat where you literally go into a pitch black room. It's somewhere in like Oregon in the mountains, and there's somebody that runs this thing. You pay. There's a wait list to get on it first and foremost. You pay thousands of dollars, and you just go live in the pitch black for 4 days. He did it for 4 days. He was just in the pitch black, and he said that after the first day you start hallucinating, and that it's this big like transformative experience, and they slide you food through the door.
That's a ploy. That's prison.
Yeah,
That's
so
like paying to go to prison. Or, hey, lock me in my parents' basement for 24 hours and turn off all the lights.
But zero light, so it encourages hallucination. So anyway, we expect Aaron Rodgers to eventually go to the Jets, but there's like a big standoff right now. So that's why 49ers fans are wondering about.
Aaron Rodgers is in love with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you have the whole Bachelor connection, right? Right, with his brother.
Last year, Rodgers got his colon cleansed. Oh, good.
Man, people thinking
Can you
the
live stream your wedding?
so we all can attend. You have to check with your mom on that one. I don't know.
So we are getting married in a church, and they are very like on videography. But I'm sure I am sure that we will be taking bride and groom photos at one point, and David will whip out his phone to do a quick live stream of we just got married. I've just kind of already built it into my head mentally.
You've accounted for that? I wasn't planning to do it, but that's great.
I know you. Like you weren't planning to do it, but you'll decide to do it, and we'll do it, and it'll be hilarious.
Hopefully Trey Lance doesn't get traded for Aaron Rodgers on May 6th. Don't put that in the universe.
Don't put that out in the universe at all. It's not fun.
All right, you guys have any more questions? Let's go. We're going to go for a few more minutes. There's quite a few of you on here. This is fun for the off season. People don't really watch stuff in the off season. By the way, those of you just joining, this is Margo. She just waved.
Hi.
And I think she's been answering some of your questions, so we would like to see a few more of them. This is our first ever edition of Happy Hour with David and Margo. Here from
live with the Lombardis.
Not yet.
Not yet. Have you also been to a Giants game? Oh yeah, I've been to a Giants game. We took my parents to a Giants game.
Yeah, actually
in October of 2021 when they were playing the Dodgers.
Margo's parents met my parents. I took them to a Giants-Dodgers playoff game. Now, I took them to game 2, which was a mistake, but I couldn't have known. Game 1 would have been a lot more fun, but game 2 ended up being, we all know how that went, so it wasn't good. Somebody's saying hi from Sacramento. We have friends in Sacramento.
Woo!
DL Miller says that the 49ers need to keep the quarterback position cheap. See, he's saying that they need to spend money elsewhere. That goes back to the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. Jimmy's making $25 million a year.
I think the whole QB position with the 49ers, based on what I've seen by dating and being engaged to this man for 2.5 years, is there's this PTSD that like we're not going to have enough quarterbacks, especially after the last playoff game against the Eagles. Like that was just painful. When Christian McCaffrey is like
throwing the ball,
throwing the ball, I'm like, what alternate universe have I entered into where McCaffrey is QB? But I think it's like a self-conscious thing, and it's like a, we want to have the depth to make sure we can get to the end of the race.
Yes. Definitely there is some PTSD from that. That was terrible. I mean, you were watching and you said on TV, you just.
How's the O-line? We need to talk about the
how's the O-line? Yeah, but
missing those Bay Area sandwiches always.
We were just talking about Fambrinis before we hit the live button.
Talk about the O-line. Give the people what they want.
The O-line needs more Fambrinis. That's what needs to happen.
Well, Fambrinis does the surf and turf.
Yeah, the chimichurri surf. Oh my gosh. That was your way of categorizing Jimmy Garoppolo. So Margo was the first one. This is kind of funny. Everybody
this was 2 years ago.
Everybody was ready to the fan base was ready to rip each other's eyeballs out in 2021. There was the Jimmy camp. There was the Jimmy camp and there was the Trey camp. And the point was the 49ers had both of these guys on the team. So you called it the
surf and turf.
The surf and turf. You can eat steak and shrimp at the same time. And I think like a little bit of that is in play now. They've got 3 quarterback options, and they're going to keep all those options because you're stronger if you have options, right? At that position right now, because one of them's hurt, one of them's unproven, and the third one is kind of a reclamation project, Sam Darnold.
I'm excited to see Sam Darnold. I've never heard of him until y'all acquired him.
He played for USC, not South Carolina. USC in California.
USC to me is South Carolina.
Yeah, you say USC to people from the SEC, they're like, oh, the Gamecocks. South Carolina.
Oh, SEC East.
All right, come on. Some more. Did somebody ask a question you wanted to answer?
Oh, awesome.
Other channels could be outlandish and dramatic. Hopefully, we're going for more calm vibe here. Greg is Khan.
Trey's not ready for prime time. He's so fresh.
Yeah, he's raw.
He's like
fresh.
that fresh steak that's been in the back of the kitchen that no one's actually thrown on the grill yet, and they're like, nah, we're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
chill
and so that's why I say somebody, you need seasoning. That's
well, that's
a
why I
sports.
pick Brock, because I'm like, he's got the hype behind him. He can make smart decisions under pressure, and that's the hardest part about being a QB. You're like some, 23, 24 something kid out there, and you've got to make like game time decisions.
Yeah,
and, you got some 300-pound D linemen coming at you.
It's tough, and you have to have done it. You
It's
have to
really
have done
hard.
it before. And Brock did it in college. He had something like 48 career starts in college.
I
And,
went to Auburn. I've seen how big these football players are, and like you watch them on TV or even like kind of live a little bit if you're far enough in the stands, and you're like, oh, those are big guys. But it wasn't until I was a sophomore in college and I was in line for Chick-fil-A at the Student Center at Auburn, and there was like Auburn's offensive linemen, like all of them in front of me, and they were all ordering 3 chicken sandwiches for themselves.
So I said the 49ers need.
These guys are like 3 of me wide. I mean, they're huge. They're huge. And so this idea that, oh, you're going to be the quarterback and you're going to like get the ball snapped to you, look for your dude. Like I'm looking for Kittle. I'm looking for, any of my other receivers here. And like, you've got someone that big running at you. Like, that's hard.
No,
I couldn't do that.
And it's split second
There's no
stuff.
way.
I mean, in general, they say 2.5 seconds is the average time of delineation between success and failure. If you're a QB getting rid of the ball faster.
Margo, who is your favorite current 49er? George Kittle.
George Kittle, cool. That's good. That's a good answer. I like that.
Kittle's hilarious. He's such a personality.
Are they moving Armstead to defensive end on first and second downs and inside on third down? I don't think they're sure yet what they're going to do with Eric Armstead. I think that let's wait till the draft. Let's see who they pick up in the draft and then see who stays healthy. Watch the rotation.
Oh, Golden Gate Deli Sandwich, no regrets.
Oh, I have to take you there. It's amazing. It's right by the Presidio. It's right by where
Love
Ashley
this.
lives. Remember? We went to Ashley's house? Yeah, that place is really good.
Would you go to Kittle Fest?
Would you go to...
What's Kittle
There was
Fest?
a warning that, somebody erased something.
Okay.
Is Kittle Fest his little thing out on the farm that he did last year and after Tight End U? Maybe. We'll be on our honeymoon during Tight End U this year, so
I'm
maybe
sorry.
not. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
All right, a couple more. We'll go for 20 minutes. Let's put it that way. We're at 17:40 right now. A couple more minutes.
Can you reveal the number
No,
17?
you can't. You cannot reveal it.
No. No. And I can't. I'm not allowed to reveal it either.
The
so.
49ers have to win the Super Bowl, then we'll reveal. Somebody was trying to trick you there. They're trying to get you to spill it out. I'm like, no.
They know
I did not brief you on
it's
that.
happy hour. Good try.
All right, a couple more. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. We'll rapid fire some questions. Yeah, Randall Riley had to try. Randall Riley's he's a good guy. He's on the show a lot. I like Randall. Respect. All right, questions. We'll rapid fire answer. We could fit some in here in a minute 40 seconds.
Favorite color? Are you a cat person or dog person? Like low ball?
Why do you think Shanahan never used Jimmy and Trey like he did in the Oakland preseason game? Interchanging will. I think that he didn't do it because Shanahan likes the control over the offense and he had more control over just one quarterback. I think he experimented, but it was too much for him. Somebody asked about Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould today said he wants to kick in Chicago. That's where his family's at. I don't know if he's bluffing or whatever. But
I feel like that's great for Robbie. I hope that happens for him.
yeah. He's 40, gonna be
favorite
41.
vacation spot.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Favorite vacation spot. Can I say here?
Yeah.
Here. 30A.
Yeah.
30A highway on Florida. Any of the beaches. They're beautiful. The food is amazing. Always get the grouper at the Red Bar.
Oh, that was good last night. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
the
David
the
looks at me and
grouper.
he's like, I thought grouper was an ordinary fish.
That's far from ordinary.
No, it's not.
Is
Great.
swimming in the bay sketchy?
I don't swim in the bay because I think it's sketchy. And if there's ever sharks and, dangerous marine life, he doesn't tell me until after he's already swam. I'm like, that's great.
I've had stuff brush up
I
against
don't-
my leg before to answer the sketchy
I don't
question.
need to
but-
know all of that.
Favorite beer? Do you have a favorite beer?
Oh, God.
I like the Sculpin
Wine?
IPA. Wine is sure.
I do drink beer. I like a Michelob Ultra with a lime. And I know that's weird, but I think the lime gives it a little extra Zest.
yeah.
Little interesting.
And you so the other
Last
day,
person to swim in the bay escaped from Alcatraz.
you're saying I escaped from Alcatraz?
That's funny. That's really funny.
We're gonna do. I haven't told you this yet, but for one of the home games this year, I want to do the Alcatraz swim, and Justin wants to come with me on his boat on a beautiful sunny day, and you could be on the boat. I think that'd be fun. Sunny, warm, out on the bay.
Fun for who?
Well, it'd be fun. It wouldn't be that fun for me, but it would be like an accomplishment for me. But I think for you, it could be fun if you're on the boat.
Come back to
Visalia. Nice.
Thoughts on pineapple and olives on pizza?
I hate olives.
Here's the thing. Olives are kind of like that person at a party that doesn't shut up and you can always hear them and you're like, oh my god, why are they still talking? But if there's enough cool personalities at the party, like bell peppers, tomatoes, onion, and some sausage in there, it's like, I don't really taste the olives.
So you can deal with olives at a certain level.
I have discovered I can eat olives on, like, you know, the garden veggie pizza that you get, because they're already blended in with all the other vegetables. And now if someone was like, here's an olive, I'd be like, I don't want that.
I feel that olives
like
always over.
Camouflage.
So I got us a sandwich the other day. Like, we were supposed to split it, and it had olives on it, and I took a bite, and I'm like, I just can't
French
have
fries.
this anymore. The olives just overpowered everything for me. That's just how I feel olives are. Firestone Walker IPAs are good. They're from Paso, by the way. We went to the wine country there. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Trent and Hadley if they're watching. Trent watches sometimes. Like, he'll randomly be on here. Yeah, you're like, oh, there's Trent.
He's in our wedding.
Yeah, he's in our wedding. He was in Nashville for a bachelor party like a month ago or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, I'm listening to you and on my Uber on my way to the hotel as I was texting him." So.
You're like, "Yeah, same, bro." Do you guys have kids? No. But hopefully.
Yeah.
The wedding is in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
What road city?
Oh, you just looked at the schedule.
I'm excited for next year. We actually talked about this last night at our happy hour. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the road games last year were really pretty great. Like Denver, which we didn't get to do together.
I did, yeah.
You did, but Philadelphia, maybe?
Seattle was fun. We had fun.
That's a good division.
So her dad is really excited about Cleveland, and we have no idea why. He's just like, we're going to Cleveland, so the entire family is going to go to Cleveland. And the Niners are going to Cleveland.
No idea why.
They're also going to Pittsburgh. I'm actually low-key excited for Pittsburgh.
Who named Pittsburgh? Who was like, this is a great name for a city?
It's a pit. It's not only a pit, it's the burg of pits.
Like, there's different definitions for pit, and most of them have negative connotations.
Oh yeah, there's no good.
So I'm like,
there's
okay.
There's nothing.
You know, if Pittsburgh had a different name, maybe people would feel differently about it.
Pittsburgh though has the Primanti Brothers sandwich. Listen to this. It's got meat, copa, if you want. You could pick your type of meat, French fries, and coleslaw and cheese stuffed into the sandwich all in one.
That sounds like cardiac arrest.
It does, and that's why it's Pittsburgh. But the truckers needed something to eat that they could hold in one hand, you know, so.
Healdsburg?
Healdsburg has
We've been to Healdsburg. We love Healdsburg.
I think you like Healdsburg more than Pittsburgh.
Yes.
All right, we're about to sign off. We'll take one more. Let's do one more. Very Pennsylvania. Oh my God, there's a lot. How did Brock Purdy play last year? That's a good one. Brock Purdy was really good last year for a rookie.
Brock Purdy was like the Cinderella story that everybody was rooting for.
Yeah. And it's really funny because now all of a sudden people get all tribalistic again in the offseason. They're like, screw Brock Purdy. I'm a Trey Lance guy.
Which one is the bigger 49ers fan? Well, I can actually wear 49ers paraphernalia.
She's actually a fan. I can't be a fan. Yeah. But Margo just likes to go to exciting places and playoff games, so she's turned into a fan. Last year, you had something going on, and I'm so glad that you did, so you didn't have to go to Philly. You had like a work event or something like that.
Here's my thing about Philly fans. How do I say this in a nice way? They're very passionate about sports and occasionally aggressive and act like rabid raccoons in your backyard, whether they win or lose. And so when I go to a 49ers game, It's not necessarily like I'm in the press box with him or in the stands with him. It's like, hey, here's a ticket. Hope you find someone to sit with. Maybe you know someone going. And, there's a little bit of autonomy that has to happen there. And I'm a little bit more comfortable doing that at a home game versus Philadelphia, where the Eagles fans tend to foam at the mouth a little bit, occasionally, every now and then. And I actually attended a work conference this year that my boss was like, you really need to be there. And I was like, okay. Like,
can I tell them?
Sure, you can tell them.
She had to be there because she won an award.
Whoa.
I'm very proud of her. So it was
a lot of other people won awards.
It was a nice award, though.
It was a nice award.
It was for your communication skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We have 10 values. And I work at Tractor Supply. I have 10 values, and they give out 10 awards for said values.
And as our audience has seen, you're a very good communicator. So welcome to the show.
I try.
Margo's been on the show before, but this is impressive. Like, I don't think a lot of people could sit here and go for 26 minutes. So I think your communication award.
He makes it easy. He's just
deserved.
nice and he's charming and easy to look at.
All right, guys. I appreciate that. That's really nice. You are too. All right. Everybody, take care. It's Friday night, so maybe content comes out, maybe it doesn't. We're just going to go have fun. Hopefully there's no news.
We're winging it tonight. We don't have reservations or anywhere, so we're just like, woo!
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
No reservations. If you liked Margo on the show, let us know in the comment section. And I think she's excited to do some more stuff over the course of this next season. So,
well, my last name is going to be Lombardi here in 2 weeks, so...
That's a very footballish
I'm
last
going to
name.
have leverage now. Actual leverage.
It'll be awesome. All right. Thanks, Margo. Thank you, everybody. We will talk to you all very soon. Bye now.